Is the Quran historically reliable? This episode is based on Dr. Rafat Amari's book, Quran and History. This is Daniel Amari from the Religion Research Institute. This episode is about the Midianites. This series is about the historical examination of the claims of the Quran. It is an investigation of whether the Quran is historically reliable or not. The Quran contains lots of claims, but only some of them have sufficient data that allow for historical investigation. The claims of the Quran about the Midianites is one of them. Now for the Quranic claims about the Midianites. So in Surah 11, verses 81 and 84 and 89, we read the following. They said, O Lot, we are the messengers of your Lord. And to Midian we sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, O my people, serve Allah. And O my people, let not opposition to me make you guilty, so that there may befall you the like of what befell the people of Noah, or the people of Hud, or the people of Salih, nor are the people of Lot far off from you. Analysis. The Quran claims that one of the Midianites is a prophet named Shu'aib. Shu'aib warned the Midianites. He reminded them with the destruction of the people of Noah, Ad and Thamud and Lot. The Quran previously taught that Ad was the second generation after Noah and Thamud was the third generation. However, concerning Lot, the Quran claims that Shu'aib reminded the Midianite that the people of Lot were not far off time-wise from the people of Lot. The context of these verses of the Quran is directly after the people of Lot. In other words, since the people of Lot were in the 20th century BC, the Midianites were either 20th or the 19th century BC. Most ancient tafsirs state the same. Now we read from Surah 11, 94 and 95. And when our decree came to pass, we delivered Shu'aib and those who believed with him by mercy from us, and the cry overtook those who were unjust, so they became motionless bodies in their abodes, as though they had never dwelt in them. Now surely Midian became utterly extinct, as was Thamud. Analysis. The destruction of the Midianite was during the lifetime of Shu'aib. Then the destruction that happened is about 19th century, maybe 20th century, according to the Quran. The destruction was utterly complete. Midian became utterly extinct, as did Thamud. They were destroyed by the mythical cry. Summary. The Quran claims that the Midianites and their prophet Shu'aib lived shortly after the people of Lot, and they were destroyed in the lifetime of Shu'aib. Then the Quran places the timing of their destruction around 19th century BC. The Quran claims that the Midianites were utterly destroyed and became extinct at 19th century BC. They were destroyed by a mythical cry that wiped them out completely. Let's see what history has to do or has to say about the following. Well, the Midianites were the descendant of Keturah and Abraham. Contrary to the Quran, they became only a nation in the 17th century BC, at the earliest. But furthermore, they continued to exist from the 17th century to even after Islam began. They are attested by the Bible from the Torah all the way to Habakkuk in the 7th century BC. There is attestation to Midianites by Assyrian inscriptions in the 8th century BC, especially concerning Epath. Attestation by the Book of Judith, Josephus Flavius, century AD, Greek classical geographers such as Ptolemy in 2nd century AD, Eusebius, 3rd, 4th century AD, Procopius of Caesarea, Byzantine historian, 6th century AD. Jawad Ali, the premier Muslim historian, wrote about the existence of the Midianites after Islam. Early Muslim writers, such as Yaqut al-Hamawi and Ibn Mandur, wrote about the existence of the Midianites after Islam. So contrary to the Quran, the Midianites did not become extinct, but continued even after Islam. Concerning Shu'aib, there is no historical attestation to that Shu'aib was a prophet of Midian. This leads to two possibilities. Either Shu'aib was a mythical character created by Muhammad, or in Muhammad's time, or close to it, or Shu'aib is a primitive Arabian rendering of the prophet Isaiah of the Bible. The problem with the last possibility is that Isaiah was a Jewish prophet, not a Midianite one. He lived in the 8th century BC at the earliest, not the 19th century BC. Furthermore, Moses, 15th century BC, lived for some time with the Midianites. He married a Midianite woman, yet he never mentioned an ancient prophet of Midian called Shu'aib, and clearly the Midianites were not extant. Let's talk about the sources of the Quran. Where did the Quran get these ideas and myths from? Muhammad took multiple sources to construct the account of the Quran. He heard the name Midian, then he associated them with the time of Lot, 20th, 19th century BC. Then he assigned them a prophet Isaiah, Shu'aib, of the 8th century BC, and then utilized a Zoroastrianistic myth of the destruction of the nation by a cry by a god or an angel. When we compare this episode with the previous two about Ad and Thamud, we begin to establish a pattern about the Quran, a pattern about its claims and its sources. We notice that the claim of the Quran about the Midianites are of the same pattern of Ad and Thamud. First, the Quran picks a random name of a tribe or nation, assigns them the wrong location. Second, the Quran assigns that nation a random date that is contrary to history. Third, the Quran picks a name of a person and assigns that person as a prophet to that nation, even though that man is separated from that nation by thousands of years. Fourth, that prophet warns that nation and reminds them the destruction of other nations. Fifth, the nation is utterly destroyed by a mythical cry. Six, the sources of the Quran are Arabian, pagan, Zoroastrian myths which Muhammad heard from his contemporaries and from poets who lived before him. This suggests that the Quran reflects that 6th, 7th century AD primitive Arabian mentality in dealing with history. The author of the Quran confuses myth with facts. Furthermore, ignorance of both geography and historical chronology is on display. This is Daniel Amari from the Religion Research Institute.